What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as smash the like button. So I just wanted to follow up on the video we put out earlier on the FINARFA pre-qualification. So I just wanted to answer some of the questions that I started to see in the comment section of the video and just to clarify some of the different data points. So just to kind of recap, FINARFA just launched today. So today's the first day and it's by a company called Rate Reset. Now, Rate Reset has actually teamed up with several other financial institutions, particularly credit unions. So if any of you are familiar with the Key Point Credit Union video, where you could basically get a soft pull pre-qualification just by using your date of birth as well as your phone number, they're able to give you an offer. So this is the same company behind that technology, but now they just rolled out a new product called FINARFA, where they're basically teaming up with different credit unions, different financial institutions, and they're allowing you to be able to get a pre-qualification without undertaking a hard pull. So one of the difficult things about most credit unions is you don't know what type of offer that you can get, especially if you're a non-member. Usually you have to join the credit unions first, and then you actually have to do a hard inquiry. Now, they're really changing the game by allowing these different institutions to pre-qualify you. So far today, just in the first couple of hours, I've seen a lot of approvals come in. A lot of you guys have been sharing just some of your experiences. And just to keep in mind, this is the launch, right? So there's a lot of traffic on the site as well. There might be little kinks in terms of the application to work through. So I just wanted to go over some of the questions that a lot of people have. Now, one of the questions was, is there proof of income required? Now, this is going to be on a case-by-case basis. Now, usually, let's say if your credit score is kind of like on the boundary of meeting the underwriting criteria, sometimes the lenders might need additional information to further assess you. So far, I haven't seen too many cases where POI is actually being requested. For the most part, these are going to be instant approvals. Another point that I wanted to make with the FINARFA pre-qualification is that they're going to be using your Experian credit report. So there's a lot of information on your Experian credit report that some of you may have seen that was pre-populated. So after you enter in your date of birth and your phone number, they're able to pull a lot of this information, match it to Experian, pull that information in. So you might see like your address, whatever address you have listed with Experian, and any income that you may have reported. And sometimes even your employer information is pre-populated, but you do have the option of changing that information. And again, this is just going to be stated income. Now, in certain situations, you may need to provide additional documentation, but from the data points I've seen so far, it hasn't really been the case much at all. If anyone has had to provide POI, definitely let me know in the comment section. But for the most part, these have just been instant approvals. Another point I wanted to make is that with the pre-qualification, as soon as you accept your offer, then you're going to be able to join the credit union unless there's some type of issue with check system. Now, I have seen reports of people saying that they weren't able to get an offer due to something with their check systems. So for those who are not familiar with check systems is a database that tracks a lot of the information about your demand deposit accounts. So checking accounts, savings accounts. Sometimes if you open up too many banking accounts in a short period of time, that can be an issue with check systems. Also, if you have any delinquent or negative balances with any check-in or saves accounts, that could prevent you from joining different financial institutions. And a lot of credit unions do use check systems. Unfortunately, that's just one of the checks that they make sure in order to open an account. Because opening up a savings account is usually a requirement, they are going to use check systems because it's a demand deposit account. It falls under that category. So that's one of the limitations I would say when it comes to credit unions, is that some of them do use check systems. And if you have any issues with that, that could prevent you from joining. And in this case with FINARFA, that could prevent you from getting an offer, accepting the offer. So just keep that in mind as well. Now, like I said, already I'm starting to see a lot of approvals coming in. So I just wanted to scroll through the comment section just to see kind of, what feedback people have been given. So this person right here got 20,000 total, both credit card and loan. How much should I take for each? 15,000 credit, 5K loan. So one of the things about the FINARFA is that you could decide how much you want to accept. So you don't have to accept the full amount, and whatever you have left over, you can apply that to a different credit product. So let's say you only use up 15,000 of the 20,000, then you'll have 5 left over. In terms of how you should allocate it, that's truly dependent on you. If I were in your shoes, and this is just my situation, I would take a higher credit card versus the loan because, you know, the loan is eventually going to run out, and I'd rather have a higher amount to a revolving credit account versus an installment account. But that's just me. All depends on how you're going to use it. This person right here says they are approved for a $29,500 card, but I want a loan though. So that's one of the things as well. So when you go through the pre-qualification, you can either get a loan offer, a credit card offer, or you can get both. So it all depends. I'm not 100% sure how they determine who gets what offer, but I have seen situations where, you know, they're given, maybe, let's say 25, 26, $30,000 and it's only for a loan or it's only for a credit card. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but that is a good point. Not everyone is going to get the same offer, and not everyone is going to get both options, credit card and a loan. Some have only gotten a loan, some have only gotten a credit card. I'm not sure how that's decided. SJT approved for 35,000 credit card. Experian FICO 8 776, debt to income 32%, utilization 1%. So yeah, that's a pretty decent limit. I saw someone else did get another $35,000 limit as well. Went over and pulled the trigger, lowered the slider from 12K to 9K just to be safe and have some left over. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. No further documents required for 9K at 17.5% interest. No options in the offer section to use the 3K left over, but I'll just ask for a credit limit increase in a few months. Let's see, the hood report says you got to make sure your number is the same on your credit report. I tried using my current number. They couldn't verify me, so I had to use my old number, and it worked. I'm only 19 and got approved for $40,000 loan and a $20,000 credit card. So that's a very good point. Now, Experian uses the information on your credit report. So whatever information you're entering on the pre-qualification, that information has to match. So your date of birth as well as the phone number listed. That's a very good point. So what you may want to do is just go on Experian.com and pull up your Experian report and see what telephone number is connected to your Experian account, because that's what they're using to match you with this particular offer. But anyways, congratulations. That's major. So that's $40,000 loan and a $20,000 credit card. So that's $60,000. So that's huge. Congratulations on that. Suscomp King says, so I got approved for a 10K credit card. I signed the DocuSign. They said it's going to arrive in 7 to 10 days, but they never pulled Experian and it's been hours. Is that normal? Am I fully approved? That's an interesting data point. You guys let me know, were they pulling immediately or did it take some time? I know they have been getting a lot of applications since we did do this video. So perhaps there might be a delay in when they're actually pulling your credit. K King says, great video. Thanks for the info. I'm going to apply later. Question though, what is the average Experian credit score you need to qualify? So that's a really good question. I'm not 100% sure in terms of like the minimum credit score, but again, remember this is backed by a credit union, and typically with credit unions, you're probably going to want to be at like 640, 660 or higher to qualify for most credit products. If I were to take a guess, that's what I would say at a minimum. But like someone else shared their data points, individual SJT approved for 35K with a 776 FICO 8. So they're pulling FICO 8 Experian. So whatever your FICO 8 Experian is, just take a look at that. Generally you're going to want to have a pretty good credit score when you're applying for anything. Moan G says, couldn't verify my info with my phone number. Not sure why. So yeah, double check on Experian what telephone is connected. That's the telephone that they're going to be using to identify or pull or soft pull your credit. So just make sure you understand that. Anthony Reed says, I just pulled a plug to 26K credit limit, 10K loan, 10.9% APR. Credit card will arrive in 7 to 10 business days. Congratulations. Mexican American says, after the pre-qualification product, will they let you pick between the different credit products? So that's going to be on a case-by-case basis. I'm not really sure of the rationale on who gets both options, who only gets the credit card, who only gets the personal loan. It's all going to vary. Judith Morales asks, when I search for Finoffer, nothing comes up. I wanted to get information on the company. Any ideas? So the company behind Finoffer, which is Financial Offer, is a company called Rate Reset. So you guys could check them out. They're actually located in the DMV area. So, you know, Rate Reset is a fintech service provider. So basically, Rate Reset teams up with different financial institutions. They have a platform that basically allows people to pre-qualify. So they have this product. And again, if you go on their website, it's going to be marketed towards financial institutions because that's basically who their customers are. They work with financial institutions to enable them to be able to better offer products and services. So with this particular product, this is how they're using your phone number as well as your date of birth to pre-qualify you for personal credit cards, personal loans, auto loans, as well as HELOC. So right now, it's only going to be offering the credit card, personal loan, but down the road, they may introduce additional credit products such as auto loans, HELOCs, as well as personal lines of credit. So they've worked with a handful of other credit unions as well, one being Key Point Federal Credit Union. I did a video on them a couple months ago. And yeah, so some other questions I wanted to cover. I've applied. Unfortunately, I didn't get approved. I received an error message. We couldn't approve you at this time. Please try again in 30 days. So yeah, if you're unable to get an offer right now, it's not the end of the world. You could pre-qualify every 30 days to see if anything changes. So if your credit score increases or, you know, something happens with your credit, you pay down some debt, you get a little boost to your credit, then you might qualify for an additional product the next time you pre-qualify. So I wouldn't get your hopes up if you didn't get anything this time. Alexander Djokovic says, nice 35K card from Connecta. Congratulations on that. Lamont Pitts asks, question, what should your Experian credit look like before you apply? I would say, you know, you want to be clear of any derogatories. You know, that's just a given. Now, if you have really low credit scores or derogatories, that can be an issue. So McBulldog02 says, I was approved for a product, but can't move forward because I'm on check systems from identity theft. I'm still working on fixing. They said all new members will be screened through check systems. Yes, that's another important consideration. You may get pre-qualified, but if you're not able to pass the check systems, then that can be an issue for you. Kimla says, you are the best. I just got approved for a $50,000 loan. So that's probably one of the highest credit limits I've seen come in so far in terms of a loan. So congratulations on that. That's pretty major. GSC Trading says, so they don't even ask for income figure or income verification. Now they do ask for income. Now it's going to be stated income on the application. And in terms of verification, like I said earlier in the video, we haven't seen too many data points yet where people are being requested to provide proof of income. Sometimes, especially with credit unions, let's say you're on the borderline of meeting the underwriting criteria, sometimes they may ask for additional verification. But let's say if you have a really good credit profile, really high score, sometimes, you know, you could just get an instant decision without the need for additional income verification. So I would say it's on a case-by-case basis. I'm not saying that in no situation they're not going to ask for income verification. But from what we've seen so far, there haven't been too many cases where people had to provide additional income verification after getting approved. So anyways, I just wanted to put out this follow-up video just to address some of the questions that you guys had. So far, I'm seeing a lot of great approvals come in. And if you're interested, I posted a link in the description of the video. Again, it's just a soft pull to get a pre-qualification. And from what I've also seen, these pre-qualifications are very solid. It's not like with a lot of these other pre-qualifications where, you know, they give you an offer and then they rescind it after you accept it. I haven't seen too many cases where individuals were not actually able to accept the offer that they received, unless, again, there's some type of issue with check systems. But anyways, I've dropped a link in the description of the video. Check it out. There's no harm to your credit profile. If you don't get pre-qualified right now, you could try again in 30 days. But it doesn't hurt you to just check to see what offers they might have available to you. Anyways, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Until next time, take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.